Power of Kabza the Small. Well, the power of Kabza the Small is the fact that he's got serious music knowledge when it comes to playing the keys. You know what I'm saying? The keys. The guy grew up basically, like playing piano, the keys at church. You know what I'm saying? So his knowledge around that thing, it's amazing, and fused together with his talent of actually making music and having melodies and everything, the actual music talent. So him having the actual music talent, you fuse that with the knowledge of a musical instrument to a point where he can master that whole thing. He can play it without even looking. He probably can play it with his eyes closed, and that's what gives him the edge. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, his music knowledge, his technical abilities when it comes to music. It's not like someone who just came and just started learning Fruity Loops and all that. No, this is someone who has been using vintage sounds and like a key and just finding creative ways to use old sounds and make them sound nice, and engage what kind of sounds that people like to listen to in his country, and that has helped him immensely. And one thing I can tell you about him as well is that his ability to, what can I say? His ability to, like him playing at church, is experience. It's equivalent to experience. A lot of people come into this music thing and they don't have the experience of actually performing to actual people. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. They don't have that experience of performing to actual people. And Kabza literally grew up playing to people and getting reactions out of people, and people being joyful to listening to his music, and you know what I'm saying. So him playing, him blending with the vocalist, being able to just listen and just tune the thing, play it accordingly, know which kind of sounds get people to be emotional, what kind of sounds make people dance, which kind of sounds make people feel inspired and motivated. That is something that is a secret advantage. It's an advantage for Kabza. It makes him really like an experienced performer. It's almost like someone who not only does music but also DJs and all that. It's a secret advantage that DJs in music they have. They have this thing whereby it's not like just the producer who's just sitting in the studio. No, they know that okay, a song needs to start like this. Oh, then it needs to get people hyped. Then it needs to drop. Then people must dance, and then it must have this. It must have repetitive things. It must, that's the type of stuff you learn when you actually go to parties and you listen, you check what makes people. You start to understand the psychology of human behavior when it comes to music and sonics. So a lot of people don't have that ability to understand the sonic game like that, because you're just sitting in the studio and you're just making what you like. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really gauge. And for me, that is the power of Kabza the Small. I mentioned two things. I mentioned his ability and knowledge, and also his music talent, and also the fact that he's been performing. This is performance arts, and he's been performing ever since. He's been performing since he was young, and you can literally see it. He's got an advantage over many. He just stands out. But a lot of people in piano, they started like that, but there are some who don't. Some who, when it comes to the keys, they lack. And you see some of them they get stuck, as Mosquito was saying about Vigro Deep. You know what I'm saying? Vigro Deep's music is all about all that stuff, the street piano, that one. But when it comes time to put the soul in it and create real music, emotional music, soulful music, he likes that part. And after his whole wave, that the melodic stuff started coming, and I feel like he got left behind, because I've never heard like a soulful Vigro Deep song featuring Ami Faku or something. I found him to be lacking when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like he got left behind by that train. You need to be versatile. He can make a lot of, when it comes to like log drum heavy and all these things, electronic type, you can do it, but this is still soul music. South Africans, we love soul music, we love Abalele, we love Asibe Happy, we love those type of vibes. and then you can give us also sister, or every now and then, during December and all that, but you need to be able to try all things. You need to blow up with different sounds. In Amapiano, you can't just blow up with just one sound, because that's gonna be a problem for you, and it's been a problem for him. So now Kabza can literally go anywhere with it, he can produce all type. Even his soulful piano has that knock, it has that knock that can send you somewhere far, like yo. So it doesn't matter with Kabza, I can give you a soulful joint, but it still knocks, you know what I'm saying. So like, for example, songs like Kusela, songs like Liang Shonela, it's a song, but it's soulful and all, but it knocks, like, it really puts you somewhere, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, dum dum, yeah, dum dum. You feel me? It's a special ability, man. It's a special ability. It's the ability to be yourself and create your signature sound without even needing, much, And for a guy like Kelvin Momo is just, he's also the same. He can really make it knock. You listen to Sugagu, this is Sugagu. This is Sugagu, dum 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 dum. You understand? You can hear these guys have got like hip hop like production in them, They can literally make a soft song, and that's the power of hip hop. You can make a song with a piano and whatever, but make it knock as well. And I feel like these guys have practiced and they've come from the hip hop world as well, So that's the power of Kabza the Small. Is very, very. And another section that I'd like to go to about Kabza the Small, about his power. Power of Kabza the Small again is the fact that he does not outshine the master. Law number 1 for the 48 laws of power: never outshine the master. A lot of people tried to make him and Pori fight. They came in as all good relationships, people get jealous of that relationship, and they come in and they try to speak to the other person who they think is weaker, or and then they tell him that this one is robbing you, this one, why when you don't do this, why he doesn't do this for you, why he doesn't do this for you. They act like they're protecting you, but they're just sabotaging your relationship with someone, and they can see that this is a good relationship, this is a good friendship, there's so many benefits here. People are winning here, they love each other. People don't like to see a brotherhood, they don't like to see a good relationship, a brotherhood, or anything. They have to come in, and then they're gonna come and whisper things, and people did that. Even on social media, the trolls and everyone was saying, hey, doesn't DJ Maphorisa, why doesn't he start with Kabza's name first and then Maphorisa? You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, very bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a very bad thing. And Kabza, Pori did say that he felt that, he felt that a little bit, and then he saw that Kabza was starting to get those emotions. Kabza was starting to get all those emotions a little bit and starting to ask some questions. And then Pori saw that this is getting to Kabza, and then when he started to think about the solution to this, he said that he saw that Kabza was making a lot of songs, and then he decided to take it onto his hands to make the music that Kabza had. He took it and then put it together into like a compilation album of 27 tracks, which was Kabza's first album, which was the King of Amapiano. He took that and then he packaged that. I'm sure he did the artwork and whatever. He made it done. He got it done, and then he just dropped it without Kabza's knowledge. He just went to he just dropped it, and then when he dropped it, it was a harsh decision, as he says. It was a harsh decision, but he had to do it, And then Kabza's music was out there as a solo artist. He was a solo artist, and then that's like 27 tracks, and it was like big, It was big for him as a solo artist, but Maphorisa was nowhere to be involved in that. Of course, he's on some songs, producing and all that, and helping, but the album is Kabza the Small. It's not Kabza the Small and DJ Maphorisa, no. And then he did that, and then the album was a success, and it took Kabza all the way. It took Kabza all the way to the top as a solo artist. You know, he was no longer seen as like a protege. He was no longer seen as a protege of DJ Maphorisa. He was seen as a solo artist with a very good album, you know, a 27 track full body album, which lasted for a while. You know, it was very big. Even now, he ended up doing like a follow up, you know, King of Amapiano Part 2, you know what I'm saying, which was huge as well. You know, now Kabza can produce. You know, Kabza saw that strategy from Pori. Instead of him saying, Pori, why you don't consult me? I don't want this song. I delete this thing. No, he was like, whoa, damn, I see what Pori did. Yo, this is successful. Nialo was big, you know. Yeah, it was like, wow. He saw that and he was like, I'm gonna use this strategy as well. I'm just gonna, whenever I feel something, I'm gonna put it in an album, in an EP, you know, instead of just dropping one song. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is not outshining the master. It means that you are willing to see that something is winning and someone made a good decision for you, and that you don't have to hate them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hate them. You have to appreciate what they've done for you, and continue on this success way of things. Now he's literally running his own ship with that same formula, and for me, that is not being able to. That is not outshining the master, and that's the power of Kabza the Small. He didn't outshine the master. He gave props to the master, and still friends with the master, working together. And yeah, it's amazing, man. That is the power of Kabza the Small. Anyway, it's your boy Just King ZA. It's your boy Just King ZA signing out.